Protesters expected to make their voices heard tomorrow at the first Tempe City Council meeting since former Tempe officer Joseph Hine was cleared of criminal charges in the killing of a 14-year-old accused burglar. Meantime, tonight, ABC 15's Nicole Valdez learning all new details about Hine's past. She joins us live now, and Nicole, his mental health has been a focus for years.
Yes, Stephen, that's revealed in these never-before-seen documents, and we bring them up now because it sheds an important light into the life of Joseph Hine before he fired those deadly shots in a case that has fueled emotions for so long.
Let me see your hands!
The truth is in the details.
We've seen the body camera video. We've heard Officer Joseph Hine's cries.
Man, he's just a kid. It's a toy gun, man.
But what was really going on inside the mind of the former Tempe officer before January 2019? A lot, according to court documents from Mojave County, where his wife filed for divorce in 2012. Hine sought medical treatment for PTSD and depression, two conditions she said changed his ability to raise their two boys.
PTSD is a powerful and potentially really destructive condition.
Hine's then-wife calling their marriage abusive, telling the court she lived in fear of Joe committing suicide if she ever left.
If somebody is expressing a desire to die, is expressing suicidal inclinations, sometimes that destructive impulse can be directed outward.
Conrad Brown is a PTSD expert and counselor. He's never evaluated Hine, but spoke to us about how it can impact and change a person's behavior, especially someone who works in law enforcement.
It really can sort of replicate the original setting where the PTSD originated.
Hine, a war veteran assigned to active combat duty in Iraq in 2010. 2 years later, he had to take a step back from the Tempe Police Department at least 3 times between June and August of 2012, when his attorney said he was being successfully treated for PTSD.
We in this profession, the helping profession, have a very high and I would say sacred responsibility to give our very best reading of how prepared a person might be to return to a high-stress job.
But just 3 months later, Hine was cleared. A psychiatrist saying, "I believe him competent to carry a firearm and return to active duty without restriction," even though that same expert deemed him unfit earlier that year.
Typically, PTSD is not resolved in a short period of time.
But according to court documents, Hine's wife still worried, citing a photo Hine took himself of his 4-year-old son holding his department-issued gun and emailing it to his friends and family with the caption, "He's aiming it at Jen."
Let me see your hands!
There are lots of consequences to PTSD. It's not the figment of somebody's imagination. It's something that really happens to the brain and to the behavior.
These new documents show Hine was suffering and sought treatment. His family knew, Tempe police knew, and the city knew. But was it enough?
It's a great question and one that's maybe impossible to answer.
And we asked the city tonight to help us understand their process, how they determine whether or not an officer they know has PTSD is fit to patrol. But they say they won't discuss any of those topics while the department and the city are currently being sued by the Arce family. Live in Tempe tonight, Nicole Valdez, ABC 15, Arizona.